Hi, welcome back to a new episode. In this one, we are taking a quick look at Sndl. Sndl from about 9:30 is up about 4%, so things are moving pretty well for Sndl stock. The question is, should you buy now or should you avoid? Well, of course, this is only my opinion, so please don't take it as financial advice. But if you might enjoy this one, here are my opinions. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because you will be helping to grow the channel, and we are trying to fly past 10,000 subscribers. So with that information being shared, let's jump in. Right, so two things that we want to talk about first. First, we have the Russell 2000 index and the S&P 500. Now, the S&P you've probably heard of before is 500 of the largest companies in America, and we can see that this index is actually up quite significantly today. I mean, it is up by about 0.37%, which doesn't sound too significant, but considering it is an index and it moves in a pretty stable manner anyway, it is actually quite good. Look at the Russell 2000, it is one of the smaller indexes, so it measures 2,000 of the smaller cap companies in America as well, and we can see this one is up by a similar percentage as well. So things generally in the markets are moving pretty well anyway, and I think Sndl was bound to come up a little bit today based on what we have been seeing. Over the past 5 days, we have seen quite a lot of sell-off action. People have been claiming that the stock is dead, and in my opinion, I definitely don't think it is dead, but I definitely think it was pumped up a little bit too much, a little bit too quickly. I think going forwards, we probably are going to see a few more days of flat action, but if we can see a little bit of a turn to the upside by the end of the week, things will be moving in a pretty fantastic manner. So going forwards into tomorrow, I definitely think that the day will be relatively flat, but if we can also pull back a little bit upwards, I definitely think we'll be in a fantastic standing as well. If we can just get past that $1.60 point, I know it's not too significant of an increase for one day, but if we can get past there, it does still indicate some growth to me. I think that would be a fantastic thing to see. Would I buy Sndl right now? I would definitely give Sndl a miss for a day or two, just until we know where we are going with this stock. I think that this sell-off is absolutely coming to an end, especially with what we have been seeing over the past 5 days. I think it realistically ended at this point down here at about $1.29. I think their stock is pretty stable now, not necessarily a bad thing, but I think going forwards we will have to tread with caution until we just know which way this one is going. So is it a bad thing that it's been flat for the last few days? In my opinion, absolutely not. A lot of the markets have been down, so to see Sndl flat is not a bad thing. I think just because it's selling off, a lot of people probably think that it is dead. I don't think it is dead. I think it is probably going to level out in the $1, let's say 70 range maximum for the next few weeks, and that's not too bad either if we can remain between, $1.50 and about $2.50 for the next few weeks, because I really do think that potential is still there for Sndl. But I think realistically, looking at where we are now, it's more of a stable growth long-term stock than a short-term stock which you'll hold for a few weeks to make big profits. It definitely still could pop in the next few weeks, and I'm not saying that it can't, but I think if you're buying in now, you probably should be holding this one for the next few weeks to the next few months, if not the next few years, and I think that is where we will see the big growth with Sndl stock. So would I buy it right now? Like I said, absolutely, I would give it a miss for the next few days until we just know which direction we are going with it. Overall though, it's a good stock, I definitely do think, and I do believe that the potential is still there for the next few weeks, but I think in the next few days at least, I would like to get an indication of whether we are going up or down before buying any more shares. Now, as of current, if you do own shares, if you bought in at this low point, I think fantastic. I would still hold them for the next few weeks until we know where we are going, because I don't think it is going to pop below this $1.20 range. I think it will still be justifiable to hold those for a few months, because I think it will go even further upwards in the next few months. But I think for the next few days, definitely tread with caution, but I think right now isn't the worst entry point overall, but I would like to have a bit more clarity of where we are going with the stock. So I think now has been pretty flat, not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily a good thing. We are taking a small increase out market open, but because we have been quite flat for the last day or so, I definitely want to watch this one for another day or so to see where we are going. But right now, Sndl could be a decent buy. Please do tell me what you think down in the comment section, but personally I would give it a miss until we get a bit of a hint of where we are going. But if you want to see when I think it would be a decent buy, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe, because we cover stocks every single day. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.